So, back, and I'm actually filming this as I'm going to do it live. So, we got 12 magic card albums, and we got 103 old card albums. So, what's going to happen is I'm going to be clicking them without actually looking, and then I will go through them one by one, and we'll see what we get, and I will talk a little bit about each card, like if it's specific uses or if it's worth anything and so on. So you know, I figured that could be fun. Alright, okay. Now just for convenience sake, I'm going to hide my chat. I mean, you guys will still be able to see what I'm getting, I guess. So, but I won't. This. Magic card albums on 1, and we'll put old card albums on 2. Okay. Let's see what happens then. Now I can't see what's happening, so I have no idea what I'm getting. I feel I won't be able to open all here except for I have too many cards now. Right, okay. So, okay. I will just have to dump them off later and then just have to see. So that's a lot of cards. Okay. I love doing it like this though, it's really funny. Because it basically means, I don't know, it's just it's amusing I suppose. Okay, let's see here. Now I've used all the MCAs as well, so there will be mini boss cards in all of this too. Alright. So let's see here. Zoe card. Great for casters, I guess. Not very high value. I mean 15%. Actually could use it for Sura Strike as well, I guess maybe, but there are better ones. Banaspati. I've actually like I know some people who bought this, but I haven't actually the slightest clue why this is a great card. So, loot card. Auto casting have let end your own novice or super novice when receiving physical damage. I mean, I could see it, I suppose, if you're playing novice or super novice. You can actually have a combo with Cube. Adds 300 max health, that's not bad. Amber Knight. A card that really I wish it would be updated, because it used to be a lot better back when the defense formula was different. Problem is there's just other cards that are way better, so not much to say there. 2 defense, pretty straightforward. Sandman, armor card. It's one of the elemental armor things. Turns your armor into earth property. Useful for, I would say, things like face wormness when she goes into the green worm thing, because she'll start casting earth spells. Aside from that, there's not many uses for it. I mean, leveling wise, MVP wise, I guess. Kappa card. Well, this is an interesting one. Oh well, I mean, I suppose. Well, 8 magic defense. Magic defense in Renewal is actually a lot better than it used to be. So, not a bad card overall. I can definitely see some uses, but you can only plus it, so you wouldn't put it in a bravery bag, for example. So, I don't know. And not even a GSS, because a GSS you need 8+, so actually a Nidhogg maybe, I suppose, but then again you'd want SP. But yeah, I'd probably put it in a Nidhogg if anything. Moving on. Now this is interesting. Wild Rider card. Sorry, I forgot to talk about value on Kappa card, I actually don't know. Wild Rider card. Cast agility, increase level 1 for himself. I mean, the card description is really bad, but I assume that this is when you take damage, okay? I don't believe it enables you to cast level 1 agility whenever you want. Now, I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Right, value-wise, I don't know, 15 million maybe, I guess? It's not too bad. Right. Odium of Thanatos. These cards are a bit particular. Like, they're interesting because the thing is, I mean, they're -5 agility, but adds agility equal to the compounded shoes upgrade level. So technically, as long as you have it above, say, maybe like 8, like as soon as you pass 5, it'll be on 0, and then every plus after that will give you 1 agility. So theoretically speaking, if you have +20 shoes, you would get 15 agility. Now, that's probably not gonna happen, but you know, say 12, isn't that unrealistic? That means 7 agility. So that's not bad. But again, shoes, like shoe cards on the server suffers a lot from, like, look at this. Temporal boots, for example, we can't slot and enchant them, and the enchants are just way too good to pass up. Whereas on other servers like IRO, KRO, BRO, and so on, they have the possibility of doing this. Like they can slot and enchant them at the same time, which we can't. Which is a little bit of a so set that. Right, Sage Worm. Gemstone. Not really sure.
User was moved out of your channel.
I mean, it says it will give you some.
User joined your channel.
Right.
Hello.
Hello, Deeplified. I'm actually streaming and recording.
Yeah, I know. Why didn't you answer me?
Because I accidentally had it on mute.
What the hell?
Right, anyway, moving on. So, Sage Worm card, gaining a gemstone. I need to check up the value of this. I'm not sure which gemstones, it's probably any gemstone. But gemstones are really cheap now anyway, so it doesn't really, it's not that appealing. Value-wise, apparently there are people selling it for 60 million. Okay.
Really? What?
I don't know, apparently. Mistress of Shelter. Another one of these. Actually, this is an interesting one as well. 1 intelligence every 18 points of base strength. So basically, you could get what, 5 or 6 intelligence in total, which isn't bad. I mean, for card count, it's pretty good. Value-wise, right. It's a very low card, like 3 million or something like that. Strauth, straightforward card, very, very useful for leveling. Increase damage on demon monsters by 20%. Worth maybe 15-20 mil, I believe. I think I keep selling it for that. Wooden Golem. Yeah. HP recovery by 30% in armor. Not really. Like past renewal, it's what's another word for useless? Yeah, it's like 4 million. So how are you anyway, Deeplified?
What? I am all good. How are you?
I woke up like an hour ago again. I fell asleep early today. Pick a
okay.
card. Best overall cheap cards you can get in armor, I guess. 10% health. Great for just about, well, anything really. If you don't need an element, it's either this or damage.
Pecker is one of the best for the RK.
Yeah, well, I mean, unless you have
Dragon Breath, that is.
or like, you know, Tau. But
Yeah, except Tau, it's
well, I mean, Tau is like 10 pickers into one.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if you play a Rune Knight with the Dragon Breath, it's Pecker is the good one.
It's a really, really nice card. Value-wise, it's between 15 to 20 mil. Let's see. Spore Card. Actually, this is underestimated. A lot of people underestimate this card. It's actually really good for DB RKs or tanks. Because 2+ Vit in accessories. There aren't really that many great accessory cards for, say, DB RK, for example, or tanks. So 2 Vit is still 2% health. Not very high value. We're talking like probably 500k. But they're pretty decent. Sting. Let's see, what does this even do? Let's see, 2 defense in shield, 5 MDef if the shield is upgraded to 9 or higher. Again, there's a problem here because that means you won't be able to wear resistance cards. Like, you know, Orc Warrior and Teddy Bear and so forth. Not really that interesting, I believe. Value-wise, still, I don't think it's much talking. Lowest, yeah, it's like 100k. Okay, so alright, so let's see here. What else do we have? Gadjumort. Now this is actually quite nice. It's one of these experience cards in shoes for leveling. 10% more experience from plant monsters. I'm not really sure where you would level on plant monsters though. Like, Umbala maybe?
AFK mercenaries in the beginning. Anthill.
That's not plant though.
No, they're eggs, but they are counted as
No,
plants.
they're counted as formless.
Really?
Yes.
Oh man.
Apparently eggs don't have a shape. I don't know, but apparently not. Right, but it is one of these. There's like 4 or 5 of them. It's like different ones. Let's see, Gadjumort. What is it worth? It's the big question. Apparently it's 3 to 5 million. Footgear of Nature Destroyer, apparently, is what it's called if you put what a nice prefix. Suffix, sorry. Right, let's see. Leave Olmai. Chance of gaining red blood each time a brute monster is killed. Oh wait. Adds 10% tolerance against fire property in helmet. That's not bad.
That's...
I can see, like, for example, I would definitely use that against Bakunawa, for example. That would be very interesting. Leave all my... I'm not sure about this first effect of gaining red blood. I mean, the chance is probably really low. Let's see, leave all my card. Value... 500k. Okay. Well, not that surprising. Let's see, where were we? I keep losing track of where we are. There we go, right. Porcelio card, okay. Sweet.
Ooh.
Yeah. Best armor card for damage overall. 25 attack. Actually, it's not just 25 attack damage. It's a specific type of attack damage. So it's actually worth a lot more. It's worth about 50 to 75 attack damage because it's counted differently when it's in your armor. Great card for damage. Just for, well, anything where you want more damage, really. Value-wise, I probably could squeeze out maybe 70 million. 80, if you're lucky. Let's see. Archangeling! Nice. Okay. Great for SP recovery, but you need 77 luck. ABs love this card, like you can have 2 of them. You put them in your sunglasses, or you put them in your top headgear, or whatever. Value-wise, 170 to 200 mil each.
Which one?
Again, huh?
Which one?
Archangeling.
Oh, you got the... that
Yeah,
one.
I opened 12 MCAs as well, so I mean...
How many?
12.
Oh, you opened MCAs as well?
Yes.
Ah.
Right, familiar card. 5% chance to cast blind. Used to be really good in PvP, and 5 attack damage. I mean, overall, it's I'd say, like, for new people, if you find it, you can put it in a weapon, you'll do a little bit more damage. You can blind an enemy, so they won't hit you. So that's not bad. Let's see, familiar. I have a feeling this card isn't worth fuck all.
No.
Yeah, 200k. Right. Okay, let's see where we're. Right. Varied card. Amazing card for your shoes. Again, DBRKs love this card. 8% HP, 8% SP in shoes. You would go like Temporal Dex Boots with a slot instead of Enchant, and you would put Varied card in it with DBRKs. Outside of that, I mean, a lot of other classes can use it as well. Problem is that a lot of classes also prefer Enchanted.
Actually, I'm not really sure. The thing is, with RK, Dragon Breath is counted as a ranged attack. Using the Dex Boots with the Enchants and 120 Dex, that would give you 10% more ranged attack damage.
Yeah, but you don't have to enchant it, that would still give you that.
Oh really? Wait,
Yes,
what?
I
Yeah,
mean,
but
the
what
only
else
thing
do you
would
get
lose is
there?
an
Like,
expert archer enchant and like beer power.
and that's
or
still a lot of. That's still.
Yeah,
How
but-
much is that? 8%?
Yeah, but you also gain 8% HP and SP, which is counted into your damage formula as a DBRK.
Yeah, of course.
So
Well,
I
you
do
gotta
believe
gotta
that
make some
is-
count for that, though.
Yeah, I do believe that that is superior, to be honest. Because, I mean, yeah, 8% damage is good, but there is no actual second enchant that is useful for DBRK. I mean, Bear Power is useless, Muscleful is useless because it's not working the way it should. Runaway Magic is useless because you want to proc it. Hawkeye, I guess, but why would you want 200 dex anyway? I mean, it's just it's lucky days. I mean, there's not really any other. Okay, moving on. Carrot card. Sorry. It's a carrot card. Actually, one of the best in my opinion to put in a ride word hat if you use it for leveling. The reason for this is you're gonna plus it to 9 anyway, and 2 int is 2% SP. An additional 150 SP is great for low levels if you want to level with it. Or hell, even if you're just leveling, 150 SP is a lot of SP. Value-wise, it's like 15 mil, I believe. But definitely a very useful card. Let's see, moving on. Horn card. Used to be a really good card. I've heard rumors that it got nerfed. Reduces long range damage by 35%. Yeah, I mean, you'd put it in your shield and certain... It might have uses in PvP still, I guess. But it did get nerfed, as far as I remember. Because anyone with more than one cell was counted as ranged to take down a lot of your damage you take. Value-wise, I don't believe it's that valuable, to be honest. Let's see, what does Amit tell us? Horn guard. Nice. Lifetime total 1.5 million. Okay. That's not surprising, actually. Right, moving on. Zombie prisoner card. Now this is a very useful card, and it's cheap too. 10% more damage from, sorry, 10% more XP from undead monsters. You do receive 20% more damage, but doesn't really matter too much. Undeads, the majority of the game are like undeads or demons, so this is a fantastic card for leveling. And also, it's only 9 million. It's one of the like cheapest ones. I'm not really sure why it's like that, but I'm guessing large supply. Let's see, moving on. Tatachu card. Okay, now this is a controversial card because reduce 20% damage from neutral property monsters, increase 5% damage to neutral property monsters. The problem is a lot of monsters won't be neutral. Like, you might think, oh my god, but neutral means they're auto attacks. No, it doesn't. They have to actually be neutral, which is not as many as you'd think. But on like for specific cases, this is actually a great card for tanking the mobs, because you can stack neutral resist. Like you can have if you have Raidrick or you have Deviling, and then you have Tatachu, and then you get Helmet of Siegfried or Kriemhild or whichever. And there's a couple of other ways to get it. So you can actually stack up neutral resistance quite high, and you increase damage to them as well. Value-wise, it used to be a lot more, I believe, until people realized it wasn't as good as they thought. Yeah, it's about 5 mil now, which is a bit of a shame, but you know, it happens. Poopa card, 700 HP in armor, not much to say there. Great card for people with low health, because it will add a bigger of your total health, like for leveling low level characters and so on. Value wise, a couple of million at max, most. Drops used to be an amazing card, 1 dex in weapon, instacast. This day, not so much. A couple of million as well. Let's see where else. Gulling Brusti card, another one of these EXP cards. 10% more experience from fish monsters. Again, there's a couple places that you could use these on. It's not the most common though. Let's see, value wise. I'd say they're okay for leveling if you find a place with fish monsters that you want to kill. They're only a couple million. So, right. Andre Egg. Not a bad choice for tanks, I suppose. 5% max HP and shields. Value wise, a couple of million at most. Rata card, this one is quite interesting actually. So for example, for sorcerers or warlocks, well actually I would probably say sorcerers mostly. When dealing magic damage, chance for 4 seconds your fixed cast time will be reduced by 50%. So if you have 1 second fixed cast time on something, it will reduce it to half a second. The problem with this is if you have temporal dex boots, which reduces by a fixed amount as well. I believe that is counted first, so you wouldn't say, if you have say 1 second fixed cast time and the temp dex boots reduces it by 0.5 seconds and this procs, this would only reduce it by 0.25 seconds more, so you wouldn't have it down to instant anyway. But it's definitely a good card. They used to be worth a lot. These days though, average price is 75 to 100 mil. Okay, sorry, my bad. 50 to 80. 50 to 80. Yeah, not bad, I guess. So, I mean, there are some uses for it. Right, next. Orc Lady. Okay. Only for leveling, I suppose, if you're doing an Orc Dungeon or Orc Village. 30% more damage on all Orcs except MVPs. Value-wise, it's very low. Alright, okay, let's see. Laurel Winder card. Increases damage of Frost Nova and Storm Gust by 3% in the weapon. It does not seem too appealing. I mean, 3% isn't much. And I mean, yeah, you could stack them, I guess, but I don't believe it's worth it. Let's see, Laurel. Value-wise, yeah, we're talking like $1 million, which to some players might be a lot of money, but Fendark, SP recovery item, sorry, SP recovery card. 5 SP each time a demi-human monster is killed by physical melee attack. I suppose in like Biolabs, for example, that's pretty decent. Alright, value-wise, it's not much, it's like 500k. Andre card used to be the Chisels, I guess. Straightforward 20 attack damage in your weapon. Solid choice, I guess, if you're not, like, if you're lower level. Again, it's the same like as with the Pupa card, it's a pre-renewal card, so it's kind of, yeah. Picky A card. 1 bit and 100 max HP, not much to say there, pretty straightforward as well. Value very low.
How many OCOs did you open?
I opened 60, so I still have 43 to open.
Alright. Well, so far you've run a profit on that, I would say.
I've done quite, well actually that depends on the MCAs, but we'll see. Let's see, Hydra card, PvP card, and certain MVPs and certain leveling spots, like again, demi-humans like Biolabs as well. Value, very low, we're talking like 5 to 6 million maybe. Let's see, where were we? Let's see. Ignium Xenia card, not to be confused with Boss Ignium card. 1 strength for every 18 points of... It's basically the opposite of the other one. So, depending on which stat you want and that you add, value-wise, I don't believe it's much. Ignium. Xenia card is worth... Yeah, we're talking like 400k. Gareth card, this is actually not bad. Gain immunity to the Chaos status and increases Earth resistance by 15%. Chaos makes you run around like an idiot. Whenever you try to move, you'll go in the opposite direction. Quite upsetting, and it can also stop you from potting. If you have Chaos on you, you can actually die because it won't pot the way it should. Right? Where were we? Miyabi Doll. Another one of these mage cards that is in shoes and nobody actually gives a shit about. 10% SP, 5% more damage with Frost Diver. I suppose the extra SP isn't bad, but Frost Diver damage seems... and again, you want Temporal Boots with enchants for this class anyway, so you wouldn't really... Value-wise, it's very low. Igira card, another one of these shoe cards. SP recovery 15%, value very low. Usefulness, quite low as well. Leaf Cat, just like Leaf Olmai but for water. Crystal Blue, each time a fish or shellfish is killed, 10% resistance to water. I'd say usefulness is like medium. Value wise, it's most likely very low. Let's see, where were we? Keep losing track of where. Oh, here we are. Margareta Solin, chance of auto-casting. What? Lex Divina, when attacking enemy each time the wearers. Okay, let's see. Adds a chance of auto-casting level 5 Lex Divina on the attacking enemy each time the... Okay, so each time you get attacked you have a chance to silence the enemy. If it's magic attack. This would actually be pretty good. If you're trying to mob in... oh, what's it called? Eclage? Probably, because they cast a lot of spells. Maybe. Unless it stops your character, then it would be pretty shit. Value-wise, it's low. Usefulness, I'd say very, very selective. Steel Shonja. Wind resistance attack. Again, there is some use to it, but not much. Value very, very low. Kukri card, 2 agility and accessory. Not bad, I guess, but not amazing either. Value is very low. Cramp. Chance to gain Sin each time a monster is killed. Pre-renewal, this is really good. Due to the fact that you could get all of Senny, but these days Senny is just so much higher. Like 600 Senny used to be a lot back then, and 600 Senny now is, well, nothing. Right, let's see. Orc Warrior, resistance card. Usefulness is very high. It's actually very cheap as well, it's like 5 million at most, maybe. And 30% from brute. Like, I would recommend that everyone gets one of each resistance card. There's quite a few, but this is a cheap one as well. Right, let's see. Moving on. Ponder card. Budget Whisper card, I suppose, for Flea. 10 Flea. Value is like really, really low. Usefulness. For beginning players, I'd say it's decent. For the rest, not so much. Goat. What? Right. Defense 2, MDef 5 is if the armor is upgraded no higher than 5. Decent for magic resist stacking, I suppose, in armor. It's not too bad. But again, you would lose out on elemental armor, so. But then again, if you have enough MDef, I guess you wouldn't need that anyway. Elder Willow, straightforward, very, very low value. Usefulness, decent, I guess. You can put it in headgear, like mage classes or whatnot. 2 inch, not bad. Tengu, this one is actually really, really bad. Adds a chance of getting a restorative item each time a monster is killed in accessory. These heal incredibly low, and the drop chance is low as well. I'm wondering where all my MCA cards are, though. To be very honest. Right, okay, so that was a Tengu card. Fable card, again, it's one of those pre-renewal cards. I suppose for tanking it's not bad, 1 vit and 100 health in like a 4-slot weapon maybe or something. Low value though, usefulness very limited. Thief bug. Right, 1 agility and armor. Outdated card, very, very low value.
That's gotta be your MCA, right?
Oh yeah,
Thief
totally.
bug.
I'm wondering where my MCAs were though, because I've gone through most of, like, I think I'm probably just got shitty cards from the MCA. Because I'm almost at the end here. So, we'll see.
But didn't you open the MCAs at the end?
No, I clicked them at the same time.
Ah.
Right, Hermit Plant. Chance to get... Okay, this is actually not bad. Chance to get all the different herbs each time a plant monster is killed, and herbs restore 50% more health, and you can slot them in accessory. So if you're farming herbs, you could get 2 of these, it's not bad. They're not worth much, we're talking like 500k maybe, but definitely useful for farming. Here we go. Golem card. Very useful card. Low value, but very, very useful if you don't have Rangris, which I assume most people don't. Makes sure that people or MVPs can't break your weapon, basically, so this is cool. I would say everyone should have a weapon with Golem card in it. Like one weapon that they can switch to for certain MVPs for certain times. Here's another one of my MCA cards for sure, Lady Solace. For Battle Priests exclusively, not very good. It damages you as well. Value is very low. Cube card, combos with Loot card for Novice and Super Novice. So, it's not bad, but it's not good either. Shepherd card, another one of my MCA cards for sure.
What was it?
Shepherd.
Yeah.
Chance of auto casting level 5 heal on the enemy when doing physical attack. What? Okay, I suppose if you're killing undeads, you could use this to extra damage, but I have no idea who designed this card, but it is value nothing, and usefulness basically nothing as well. Oh, it's Thalos. He's a friend. Hi, Thalos. Hello. Alright. Okay, we're on the last row, so let's see what we got as well. Ship it. 2 Ghost Ring cards! Okay, that's pretty cool.
What?
Yep.
Ghost Ring
an
cards?
armor with the ghost property. This is actually useful against earthquakes. It reduces a little bit of damage, I think it's like 20 or 25%. Outside of that, value-wise, what did you sell yours for? Was it 300 mil?
350 actually.
350, okay, right.
Yeah.
Right, so we got 2 of those, that's pretty cool. It reduces HP cover 25%, but that doesn't really matter too much. Okay, moving on. Mutant Dragonoid cards. I mean, 15 attack damage. I suppose for autocasters it's not bad. I mean, autocast level 3. For one of these like autocaster builds, like Shadow Chasers or what are they called? Oh, the book people with the book people with the spells. Sages. No. Professor. What's the last one called?
What are you talking?
Oh god, they use a book and they autocast.
The Necromancers?
No, you can play them.
Oh, you mean the... Oh, Professor?
No, Sorcerer, that's the one.
Sorcerer.
Yes, pretty useful for those or Shadow Chasers. Value-wise, I think it's like 20-25 mil. Hang on, let me double check that. Mutant Dragon. Let's see, Mutant Dragonoid. Thalos, I'm not sure yet, I haven't gone through the rest, there's a couple of cards I haven't checked. 20 mil or so. Alright, okay, let's see. So we got 2 of those, so that's not bad. Maero of Thanatos. Chance to cast decrease agility. I think this might be a PvP thing. 5 attack damage as well. Decrease agility means they will walk a lot slower even if it's only level 3. So it will help you catch people in PvP, I guess, unless they're immune for some reason. Value-wise, I don't believe it's a lot. I don't believe you should use this for leveling anyway, because having to debuff every single mob seems pretty... Yeah, it's about 1 million maybe if you're lucky. Right. Chimera card. It's another one of my MCA cards. Chance of poisoning the enemy when the user receives physical damage increased if worn by Assassin or Assassin Cross. That's actually not bad, but again you would lose out on potentially, well, damage or elemental armor or whatnot. So value-wise, I don't believe this is a very high value card. Let's see, Chimera. 240k. Okay, so I was correct. It's not a very high value card. Let's see. 2 Eclipse cards. Amazing.
Whoa.
Yay. 1 Vit and horse shit in your shoes. No. Hamshatan. Okay, right. 1 Vit, flee rate 18 if the user is equipped with an item with the Lunatic card as well. Yeah, that's not very not much to say
you're just
here.
lacking the Lunatic.
Yeah, you need to have Lunatic as well.
You're lacking that now.
I don't want it.
You gotta get it.
What the fuck? Right, okay. Value, like nothing. Usefulness, the same. Right, okay. Dark Illusion card, 1. This is actually really good if you happen to have the Dark Lord card as well. It gives you max HP and max SP minus 10%. It reduces spell casting by 10%, like time. And if the user has the Dark Lord card, it reduces spell casting time by 20% instead of 10. And so that's pretty good. You could use it in like, you could have 2 of them in Helm, I guess. It's like a Catherine Caron card maybe. Okay, let's see what's the last one I got 3 of. Vagabond Wolf card, amazing. Right, so in the MCAs we did not get any Devilings. We did get 2 Ghost Rings. That's probably.
That's not from the MCA. That's the OCA.
No, you can get Ghost Ring from MCA as well.
Okay.
So I mean, it's possible because it's in the row with all the MCA cards. So.
Okay.
Vagabond Wolf card. It's like the Eclipse one, just for strength. You need a Wolf card, and it gives 1 strength, and it's value-wise it's very low. Okay, I'm just gonna put all these cards into my here so we can open the rest. So for value, well, I mean we opened 12 MCAs, so that'll be about 12 times 75. We opened 60 OCAs. I don't really feel like I've made any money so far. I mean, I did farm them, so technically it's all free. So. But the MCAs are kind of like a wild card because there's so many shitty cards you can get from it. I mean, yeah, you can get like Deviling as well, I suppose, which is pretty nice. I've opened probably like 40 or 50 MCAs now, and I've still yet to get a Deviling, so... Which isn't that surprising, I suppose.
I'm saving up my OCAs and MCAs as well now. I want to do the same.
It's fun, isn't it? I mean, I did get Archangeling. I'm not sure if that was from MCAs as well, potentially, but...
Can you actually get that from the
Yeah, you
OCA?
can get from MCA. Yeah, you can get from OCAs as well, yeah. And I need to put some cards into storage. Let's do this. Okay, so I'm gonna be... like, I'm not gonna look on the monitor when I open the other 43. And I'll just hide the chats. And, well, maybe we'll get lucky, we'll see. So, let's see. Wings of... No! My Wings of Happiness are gonna disappear in 1 minute. No! Okay. Right, okay, let's go. Okay, opening all of the rest now.
Why do you have wings?
Because they reduce 10% damage taken from everything. You rent them for a week. Right, okay, so I have no idea what I got now. Right. Okay, going through the last 43. That's a lot of cards. Rhoda Frog. Armor. Not a bad card for low levels, I guess. 50 SP, 400 HP. Value-wise, a couple of mil. Usefulness, medium. Alliot card. No, this is a strange one. It's actually called strange if you put it into something, because it gives different things depending on what character you're playing. It's a Swordman, Merchant, Thief, 2 strength and 5% HP. Archer. Okay. Alright. So when we put by an archer, you gain 2 into 5% SP, and that actually with acolytes as well, I believe. Stemworm. Gaining shower item. The hell is a shower item? Add the chance of gaining shower item each time a brute monster is killed. What?
What?
I have no... That's what it says, it's shower item. I literally have no clue. I need to... I don't think it's worth anything because it's one of those weird cards, I guess. 25k. Amazing. Holden card? This actually has some value to it.
Holden?
Mm-hmm. Like, it's for the Alchemist card set. And it gives you 2 luck as well. It's good for potters, like they could use it to increase its luck. 10 luck equals 1% more pot chance. So this is 0.2%, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's one of the best you can have in the head. Like you can have 2 as well, because you have in slotted sunglasses or whatever it might be. Value-wise, I believe it's... There is some value actually. Let's see, hold on. I don't believe it's super high. Holding card. Yeah, 15 million. So I mean there's some value to it, not much. But familiar, again, we've talked about this. Blind, 5 attack damage for low levels. It's decent. Mantis. 3 strength and accessory, it's not bad. Value-wise, 5 to 10 million, I guess. Usefulness is pretty high, because strength, well, any strength user, you can put it in any accessory and it will help you. I mean, it won't make you like super amazing, but it's not bad. Solidor card, outdated card, 2 def, 2 mdef. Value is very low, usefulness is even lower. Flora card. I mean, thanks, Talos. Flora card, 20% more damage on fish monsters. Selective usefulness, I suppose. There are some fish monsters out there that you could be leveling on. I don't do that personally, but there are people who do, I suppose. Value-wise, I don't believe it's very valuable. Let's see, Flora. No. Yeah, it's like 2 to 3 million. I suppose if you're leveling there or stuff like that, it's useful. Odium of Thanatos, again, it's the agility card, we talked about that one. Nightmare, immunity to sleep and 1 agility. If you're in a party, but this makes no sense to me, because sleep is only a problem for people who are not tanking, because I believe that sleep is broken when you take damage anyway, so... Yeah, it seems pretty... like, you would use it for a support character or something that, or like a damage dealer that won't be taking damage. Sorry, because if you get like put to sleep, you'll just stay asleep until someone fixes it, I guess. Value is very low. Usefulness, it's decent. Poison Spore, level 3 and Venom. Never ever found a use for this card in my life. Maybe I'm just not looking, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, value is very low. Usefulness very low as well, I believe. Fendark, we talked about this one. Picky, straightforward. It's like, well, I mean, I suppose against Belzy it's not bad. Picky card, it's the poor man's Porcelio card. 10 attack damage and 1 strength. It's not bad, but it's, you know, Porcelio is way better. Bloody Murderer. Yeah, there's quite a few of these cards that gives you 10% more crit damage and then crit against certain monsters. This would be decent if you're leveling in like Scarabadanium because you're insects, I guess. Overall, not a bad card. Value-wise, I don't believe it's very high value. Dustiness, for specific cases when you need wind resistance, value is super low, but there's some usefulness to it, I guess. You could put it in a Nidhogg. What?
Sorry.
Wanderer card, now this is weird. Adds a chance of auto-casting level 1 Snatch on an enemy when doing physical attack. Snatch basically teleports you and the mob, so I guess for funsies, I suppose you could wear it and then just randomly teleport yourself on the map while attacking, because the mob will follow you when you teleport anyway. And if you're a thief class, it gives you 20 flee. Value-wise, it's low, but it's a fun card, I guess. Where were we? Right. Peko, another one of those 10% HP cards, pretty useful. Value decent. Chon, very low in usefulness and value, because it's a shoe card. Like all shoe cards on this server, like this EORO, we do not have. If we had slotted and enchantable temporal dex builds, there would be a lot more viable cards, but we don't. And this would actually not be one of them anyway, so value is really low as well. Pouring card. For mobbers, 1 perfect dodge, it's the best you can get in armor. I mean, it's not much, but it's, you know, better than nothing. Value, it's low, because it's, you know, it's a pouring card. So, let's see. LadyNanuia card, I actually know some people who use these cards. Auto-casting when you receive damage, you auto-cast level 3 heal on yourself. I suppose it's decent. Value is very low, but I guess it has some usefulness, if you want to do the set as well, maybe. Taru card, poor man's Mantis card, I guess. Value is very low. Usefulness, it's quite nice. I mean, Isis card, again, it's just like the Dustiness for shadow resist. Value is low. Usefulness it's not bad. Has some uses. Selective, but it does. Venotu card, one of those switching. 1 luck for each point of, for example, for Potter. But then again, actually, I'm not sure if you would have much agility. I guess, I mean, there will be some uses for it, maybe, but I can't see much myself, to be honest. Goblin Steam Rider, it's another one of these. Now, this is actually, like, we talked about the neutral monsters thing, right? 10% more critical damage, and 7 crit on neutral monsters, so I suppose it's not a bad one if you're gonna go against neutral mobs. Value isn't very high though. Gremlin? What? Add a chance of dropping Bomber's Stake when defeating animal type monsters. I'm sorry, what? Okay. Let's see, Gremlin. I have never seen this card actually, strangely enough. It's worth a whooping 200k. Proc chance, probably very low. Excuse me, Hill Wind. Actually, this is really good for wind mages, I guess. You could stack them. 5% more damage on Thunderstorm, Jupiter Thunder, and Lord of Vermilion. And you could have like 2 in a weapon, I guess, or 3. So that's not bad. Value isn't high, but it's, I can see the usefulness for fun. Gazzetti. For autocasters. Autocasting level 2 Cold Bolt for each physical attack. Not bad. Value wouldn't be very high, but, you know, still be useful. Thief Bug, we talked about that. Female Thief Bug. 1 agility in weapons. Actually, one of the few things that gives agility in weapons, I believe. And flee, I suppose. I mean, again, it's an outdated card. Low value, low usefulness. Magenta Solin, we talked about that. Plasma card, now this is interesting. You can have 2 of these, it's an accessory. Chance to drop cold, earth, thunder, and... oh no, fire, sorry. So the proof potions when defeating monsters. Not sure about exactly how useful these are, I will have to try them out. But I do believe if you're farming anyway, you could probably use them just to get something extra.
Yeah, like you get like 10% more resistance.
What? No, not the usefulness of the potions, I know that, but I meant like how often they drop.
Ah.
Like, have you used them? How often do you get...
Oh, I can't remember, but I have used them, yeah. But it wasn't very high.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess if you have 2 and you're grinding on a lot of like mobby maps, maybe?
I only used 1 then.
Okay. But yeah, value is only like 5 mil, so... let's see, where were we? Plasma. Over here, no? Here. Okay, Scorpion card. 20% more damage on plant. They're going with the plant monsters. If you're facing plant monsters, I suppose it's not bad. 20% damage is 20% damage, you know. Value is not very high, I think. Picky Egg. We talked about that. Okay, we're at the end now. Fru's card. Adds a chance of reflecting magic spells with a success rate equal to the compounded armor's upgrade level multiplied by 2. Okay. So basically, well, this is interesting. Because if you have 10 plus on an armor, that means you get 20% chance of reflecting magic spells. That's pretty nice actually. That's 1 in 5. I mean, obviously, but still. I mean, if you have 20 plus, which most people will never have, but that's 40%. That's a lot. Metaling, chance to strip weapon. This is actually pretty decent for leveling too, because if you strip a weapon of a mob, it will do 25% less damage. Well, if it's wearing a weapon, that is. If you do it on a pouring, it won't really do anything. Value is low, usefulness. Marionette, again, resistance card, 30% ghost property resistance, 5 flee rate. Blazer, food item. I've seen some people wear it, but value is very low as well. And the last one is Fabric card. Okay, so that's it. Yeah, I don't believe we made any real money on this one. So that's a bit of a bummer. I was expecting something a bit more fun and a bit better, I guess. So I'm just gonna take out all the ones. So,
Can't complain too much, you got 2 ghost rings at least.
I mean, yeah, that's really good. We have to keep in mind, I opened 103 OCAs and 12 MCAs. So we're talking, let's see, 500 mil for the OCAs, and we're talking like 800 plus mil, so we're talking 1.3 bill for all the like albums I've opened. So so that concludes the video. I'm gonna stop recording, but if you liked my stuff, then like, subscribe, follow, share. Let me know what you think.